call to the booth. Derrick Henry down. Me, Harrison, and Paul, we down. Our survivor is dead. Paul dropped the beat.
Harrison, Sanford, Aqib Talib back with more Call to the Booth. Teams getting ready for that playoff push in fantasy football and obviously on the field. And if you had Derrick Henry in fantasy football, or if you are a Tennessee Titan fan, have to be down bad after seeing the Derrick Henry injury out for 8 to 10 weeks, if not this season, with the Jones fracture. Aqib, what does this mean, first and foremost, for the Tennessee Titans' chances as the AFC South winner?
Man, I think it's all bad, Harrison. I think the makeup of that team is Mike Vrabel and Derrick Henry, right? That's kind of just like the makeup of that team. Of course, that O-line too, man. You can't downplay what that O-line do for Derrick Henry, but O-line get him to the second level, and Derrick Henry do the rest once he get to that second level, man. So he just do so much for that team, man. I don't know if it's another back on their team who could carry the ball 30 times a game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you start trying to split the carries. It's just not going to be the same, man. It's 5 O-linemen with another O-lineman in the backfield. It's hard to stop that. If you put another running back there, it's going to be regular. So I think they out of gas. I think it's over with, man. I think the Colts better turn on right now. They might get a free ride to the playoffs because it ain't too much going on in the South. So the Colts is the best thing in the South right now without Derrick Henry.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing, if you're a Colt fan, unfortunately, they've already got 2 losses to the Titans. So if some way, somehow, Ryan Tannehill, A.J. Brown can make it happen and still hold on to relative position, they're going to get in regardless. And if you are, let's say, the Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the Las Vegas Raiders, what a team to play against in your first playoff matchup. Yeah, you'll be on the road, but you'll be playing a Titans team that's down bad. With that being said, might as well look at the power rankings and see how that might be affected. Number 1, Los Angeles Rams. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys. Number 3, Green Bay Packers. We'll talk about this another day, Aqib, but I got hands for A.J. Green. Number 4, Tennessee Titans. And number 5, Arizona Cardinals. Let's first of all, actually, we'll stay on the NFC since we just talked about it. J.J. Watt, done for the season with the Arizona Cardinals. This conference is so heavy. Cardinals, Rams, Cowboys, Packers. When you look at this, and then the Saints just beat the Bucs this past weekend, even though they lost Jameis. Who would you say now is the biggest threat to leave as the top team in the division? I mean, in the conference, sorry.
I really like the Rams and the Cowboys, man. I'm leaning towards the Rams and the Cowboys. Can't forget the Bucs. The Bucs just play bad in New Orleans, right? So I kind of not even, when they go to New Orleans, I kind of don't even put that in my memory. I don't even count that against Tom, man, when he go to New Orleans. It's just, they just play bad against those guys, but I think they played good in the playoffs last year, right? So I think that's all that matters. They play good in the playoffs. Regular season games out there, I don't even count them. So I still think the heavy hitters is the Rams, Cowboys, Packers, and the Bucs in the NFC for real.
So when you're looking at that seems like very top heavy. And when we did the power rankings last week, it was very NFC dominated. What is the one team that's outside of those power teams in the conference that can be a legitimate threat to win a playoff game on the road and make a run? Any team that you like? I thought it might have been the Saints, and then Jameis went
Cardinals.
down. So I don't know what's next.
Well,
let's just say the Cardinals are up there.
I put the Cardinals with them. I put the Cardinals up there with them, man. I forgot about them. I put the Cardinals with them. Whew, that's tough, man. I would have said the Saints too, because Jameis could get hot, but Trevor Siemian with the Saints, he'll play decent, but I done played with Trevor before. I know he's older, a veteran now, but I don't know. I don't like it. We go to the West. Seattle, Seattle always going to do some work, especially when they get Russell back. I heard Russell got that pin took out his finger, so no telling when he coming back. But I might say Russell, and to be honest, I honestly think the Panthers is going to catch a little fire again. I think the Panthers is going to catch, whether it's Darnold or whether it's PJ, I think their defense is going to will them to a lot of wins, man. You got Gilmore out there now strapping. I think Reddick might be out. I don't think he out too long, though. But, man, that defense in Carolina is doing something. I'm telling you, they really got something going. So, might be the Panthers, man.
Yeah, Panthers a nice little pick there because you look at the NFC East, nothing really coming out of there. The North, the Vikings just lost to the Cowboys with their backup quarterback. They don't seem to get any traction, and they continue to lose these ways in a dramatic fashion every single week. And Stephon Gilmore, like you mentioned, he actually it looked like he shadowed Kyle Pitts a lot this past weekend as they got their win over the Atlanta Falcons, and the Falcons looking down bad as well.
Did a great job.
Yep, and the Falcons looking down bad as well, even though they have Matt Ryan, Cordell Patterson looking like a fantasy football star, but we have to keep our thoughts with
it's just not
Calvin. Calvin Ridley. We don't know when he's going to return as he has taken a mental health time of leave. So we don't know how that's going to play out. When we move over to the AFC, though, it looks like the Bills are the cream of the crop. As you said, Aqib, we are worried about the Chiefs. Watch that game Monday Night Football. They are still shaking their head after missed catches, after dropping the ball. The vibes seem terrible in Kansas City.
It's like Mahomes man, I'm not gonna throw no check down. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how deep y'all playing. I'm just not gonna throw no check down, man. I would think when teams play you like that, man, you would say, man, just forget it. I'm running the ball. I'm throwing screens. I'm throwing deep route check downs quick. I'm going to make you bring that guy up. But the Chiefs just don't do it. It's like, they like, no, we the Chiefs, we play this way, we going to play this way. And they won't change it. So it's troublesome to me.
So trading deadline hit on Tuesday. They did add Melvin Ingram. They traded for him from the Pittsburgh Steelers. The defense hasn't been great so far this year. Does that trade mean anything to you?
Nah, Mel will do good. He'll come in, he'll fly around a little bit, but it won't do much, man. They defense always give up a bunch of yards. But I think when it really boiled down to it in the past, once things got like tight for the Chiefs defense started creating turnovers, and they give Patrick Mahomes them extra possessions, and that's how they win. They never was just a dominant defense to shut you down, and that's not the Chiefs. That ain't what they do on defense. Honey Badger and them create a couple turnovers, man, give Pat Mahomes and them a couple extra possessions, and that's how they play on defense. So I think their defense going to be their defense, man. It's the offense that got to be regular.
All right, so it looks like the Bills are the cream of the crop. The Chiefs are still hanging around. We talked about the AFC South, but that AFC North, the Bengals killed us in Survivor. We'll talk about that later. Then you look at the Cleveland Browns, not looking too great right now with that loss at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Have LeBron James, of all people, asking the Cleveland Browns to trade Odell Beckham Jr. We thought Mike Williams and the Chargers were going to take care of the New England Patriots at home. Did not happen. We'll talk about that later as well. Who might be the biggest fraud out of all of those playoff contenders that we just kind of talked about, whether it be the Chargers, anybody at the AFC North, any team that's in the running but you don't really believe in long term?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I think it's the Bengals. Man. I like Joe Burrow, man. I know he a winner, and I'm big on that winning, man. If guys know how to win, I always believe in you. But I don't know. It's just something about the Bengals that I don't know, man. I maybe I'm just mad at their ass because we done on Survivor. Maybe that's what it is, Harrison. Right? They killed us out on Survivor. They lost our chance at the million, losing to the Jets. So you lose to the Jets, man, on a crucial week like that for us, and I think you faking, man. I don't like the Bengals no more. It's over with.
Yeah, I'm done with the Bengals. I'm also in a reverse Survivor league where we pick the losers every week, and so it's a lot harder because there's not as many bad teams as there are good teams in the NFL. And I picked the Packers. I picked the Packers to lose because they didn't have Devontae Adams, and then AJ Green did me real dirty. It hurts all around. All right, no fly zone rankings before we go to our betting segment of the show. At number 1, Dallas Cowboys. Number 2, Los Angeles Rams. Number 3, New Orleans Saints. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. And number 5, those blasted Arizona Cardinals. Let's zoom in right there on the Saints. Got an impressive win against Tom Brady, doing a lot of man coverage. Yeah. Paul was right. Mike Evans did the under shadow coverage from
they can't close, Paul. That one bomb.
There you go. Give me your thoughts on those New Orleans Saints as it pertains to their secondary, their defense. They are spectacular. They're a great rush defense. Leonard Fournette was held down, and then they have coverage in the backfield. I mean, in the defensive secondary, they got a solid squad over there.
Man, I love how they play, man. I love how they play. It remind me a lot of that old Broncos 2015, that Wade Phillips system, man. They going, they playing, man. They blitzing, and they super good at stopping the run, man. So they got guys who can strap. Got young Roby over there at that number 2 outside now, man. Of course, they got Lattimore 2-2 inside, guarding slot. Malcolm Jenkins handling tight ends, man. They just got guys who can cover. And Dennis Allen going to draw up them blitzes, and he going to create whatever kind of pressure that you can handle, whether it's up the middle, he going to create them up the middle. If it's outside, he going to create the pressure outside. So he do a great job drawing up them blitzes. The DBs do a great job covering them wideouts, man, and that front seven do a great job stopping that run. So the Saints is going to be a problem. I just wish they had Jameis. Man. That'd really be a problem.
Now, what if, let's just say, turns out by the end of this week, they end up signing somebody like Phillip Rivers? Or would they or do you think they should go out and get, I don't know if he fits the system, somebody like Cam Newton? What do you think should happen at the quarterback position if they intend to capitalize what they have with the defense and what they have with Michael Thomas supposed to be coming back soon as well?
All right, so right now, I would say their starting quarterback is, when healthy, Taysom Hill, right? With Taysom Hill and that style of offense, if that's what you're going to go to now, Taysom Hill, our starter, we're going to this kind of offense, I say you go get Cam. So if Taysom Hill get knocked out the game again, you run that same offense with Cam. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. If you're not going to do that, you let Trevor Siemian be the starter, and you go get Phillip. And as Phillip learned the system, he'll slide in there. So I think you definitely got to bring in a vet, somebody who know the speed of the game, who not going to be scared of the speed of the game. First of all, they can hop in and play because they used to the speed of the game, and somebody who can learn the system pretty quick, man, because you ain't got all day. So whatever direction they gonna go, they gotta pick up a vet in that direction, man. Either Cam or Phillip. They gotta do it. They gotta do it now.
Back with more Call to the Booth. Harrison Stanford, Aqib Talib, and when we do our little betting segment, we involve our producer Paul Aspen, and maybe we should put like some funeral music. I don't know what the proper production value is for this. Maybe sad a little violin,
music, some Adele. You know what I'm saying? Put some Adele in the background.
There we go.
We got to do something.
Sad.
Yeah, very sad. For those
this might have been the most comfortable I was on the weekend, too. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? We got the Jets on Survivor, or we gonna kill them out. Burrow, man, Joe Burrow don't lose games like that, man. But hey, I'm not a Bengals fan no more.
The call, man, they were up 11 with like 7.5 left. It's just bad all the way around.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad all the way around. Ain't nothing else to say about it, but it was bad all the way around, man.
Well, I will say this though. Many people around sports and betting were just very disappointed with a lot of things that happened on this past Sunday, and we should have known it was Halloween. A lot of tricking going on all around the board.
We should have went with the Chiefs game, like we said, like we thought about, because it wasn't on Halloween. Even though a little bad juju still was in there, but man, we'd have been all good, man.
Yep, messing with the bad juju and got us all messed up. And speaking of which, when it comes down to looking at our DFS type of picks as well, or our players that we think are going to go off, it happened with there as well. Strange things went down this past Sunday. DeAndre Swift didn't go off against a bad Philadelphia run defense. Zeke, Zeke wasn't great versus the Minnesota Vikings. Josh Allen it took him a while, but he did get his things together against the Miami Dolphins. We already talked about Joe Burrow. I don't want to talk about him no more. We talked about Jamar Chase, but we talked about the Bengals. We don't have to talk about Jamar Chase. Mike Williams, Bill Belichick, once again outdoing Justin Herbert 2 times now. Played him last season. Justin Herbert really hasn't played well against that Bill Belichick defense, which includes Mike Williams, even though Keenan Allen did get in the end zone. Travis Kelce, we talked about the vibes in Kansas City. It's just not good. Under 5 fantasy points on Monday Night Football, killing me. And Tyler Higbee didn't really go off against the Houston Texans. So you know what we're gonna do with week number 9, or it was week number 8. Sorry, we're flushing it down the toilet. We don't care what happened anymore. We've mourned it. We've had our moment of silence. We're gonna move on and get right back on track. What we used to do before Halloween happened. Our running back star in a good matchup this week, Aaron Jones, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We saw what the Kansas City Chiefs did. Josh Allen, as well as our quarterback position, and then Cooper Kupp going off against the Titans, who Cooper Kupp goes off all the time. So just play Cooper Kupp. But let's get to our best bets, and we'll have to do one more morning session, and then we could finally move on to some good picks. Paul, what you got?
All right. So last week, Aqib finally took an L on a teaser, first one for a while, but apparently hit some. That was the show teaser, unfortunately. Yeah, but we taped this on Tuesdays. Teaser. Yeah, Bengals were included in that one too. So yeah, that's again, Bengals. Harrison, we tried to kind of talk him out of the Lions last week, but the Lions.
Harrison was feeling it.
Yeah. And like you said,
by 30? Like by 30 though?
Was it 40 or was it 30?
I don't even look. So Harrison was talking about the Lions. My brother got to talking about the Lions. I ain't gonna lie, I put a little small wager teaser, Lions plus 10. So I had the game on. I'm watching it. It was on one of my 3 TVs, right?
By the second quarter,
Lions played so damn bad, man. Hey, the Lions played so damn bad. Hey, I'm like, I felt bad for Jared Goff. That's a friend of mine. So much pressure on. He had pressure on him every play, man. 67 at right tackle. Oh my God. He need to be at A+ D1 right now with our trainers, man. Right now, bro. It got ugly.
Yeah. And then, like you mentioned earlier, we did get the Marshawn Lattimore shutting down Mike Evans. Got a little sweaty at the end, but we got there.
But we hit it.
Good
hit, Paul.
Thanks. So what's up this week, Aqib?
This week, I ain't losing, man. I'm coming with my best teaser. I'm going Cowboys. Tease that down to -3. Well, it might be -4 now. I put it in early. I got it like yesterday when it was -9. Might be -4 now, but I think the Cowboys still will pull that off at home against a Von Millerless Broncos team. You put that with the Rams at home -2 against a Derrick Henry-less Titans team. So, man, Cowboys at home, Rams at home, -3, -2. We finna pick up.
All right. I like it. I got the Rams in the teaser leg also. So I got the Rams. I did it yesterday. I got them from 7.5 down to 1.5. Still like it at 2. And doing that with the Browns up to 8.5 against the Bengals. I just think they got a little. That. Yeah, that D line against that Bengals offensive line. I think a little bit. I think the Bengals are still good. I haven't totally lost faith in them. Forever. But I like the Browns at that spot up to 8.5. And I got a couple more for you, a couple long shots because we got to dabble a little bit.
That's them bet over that BOLs. You know what I'm saying? They pay good.
Yeah. So Derrick Henry done for the season, far and away rushing leader, rushing touchdown leaders. Had one of those bets die this weekend or yesterday.
Ooh, that hurts.
So Najee Harris is 100-1 to lead the NFL in rushing yards. Jonathan Taylor it's crowded at the top right now. You got Nick Chubb, can't really stay healthy. Jonathan Taylor is probably your best bet, but there's no life on that. It's like 3-1, something like that. He's one of the favorites. So let's look at this Steelers schedule. They play the Chargers, terrible run defense. They play the Chiefs, terrible run defense. They got the Bears this week. They got the Lions. If you want to mess around with Najee Harris, he's 100-1. You don't have to go crazy on it, but that could be a long shot bet for rushing yards.
I like it. And Pittsburgh kind of turning that corner. I'm telling you. Yep. Pittsburgh gets the silent killers over there, man. They just, play their role. Everybody get on Big Ben head. He just do what he do, man. That defense getting better.
All of a sudden, they're going to have like 8 wins maybe, and it'll be like in the mix for the playoff picture. 100-1. So, and then, yeah, go ahead, Harrison.
No, 100-1 is not bad. Now, I'll give my best bet last. Go ahead, Paul. I like these.
Okay, one more for you. Also, Derrick Henry related. So, hand that ball to that guy 25 times. He's not there anymore. Ryan Tannehill throwing a couple picks last week. He's apt to do that a little bit. So Mahomes leading the league, 10 interceptions. Ryan Tannehill's got 7. He is 50-1 to lead the league in interceptions. They got the Rams this week. Maybe Jalen picks him off a couple times, but they do have luck.
Throw that ball.
They're going to throw it. They're going to throw it a ton.
Out of curiosity, who's the favorite to lead the league in interceptions?
I believe it's let's see, Burrow's up there, Trevor Lawrence is up there, Mahomes is up there right now. So look, Davis Mills, but he's not going to play as much, I don't think. I think Tyrod's going to probably come in for him. So there's, again, it's a longer shot, but
watch the line. Go ahead.
I was just saying, and he still will play teams like the Jaguars, teams like the Texans that aren't that good at defenses, but there might be enough defenses in there that he throws a couple bad games. If they're playing from behind and they can't just hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, could be.
Why is the line moving on the Cardinals and the Cardinals and the Niners game?
Right, that is flying down. It opened at 3.
It's flying down. Every time I look at it,
it's a pick 'em now.
It was 2.5.
Now.
It was 2.5 an hour ago. 2 hours ago.
I'm like, bro, what is going on? What do Vegas know?
Vegas knows something.
I'm assuming Kyler being banged up.
Hey, no, it gotta be. It gotta be something. Some Kyler news done broke somewhere, man. Kyler hurt a little bit worse than what we think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's exactly what happened last year, right?
Exactly what happened. Exact same time too. Week 8, man, it's crazy. I might lead him off my teaser this week. Might have to leave him alone.
And then finally, I'll jump in here. I'm going to take the Ravens getting -5.5 at home against the Minnesota Vikings, coming off a bye week. Minnesota Vikings, bad loss against the Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys are still a solid team, but you can't lose in prime time against a backup quarterback if you have intentions of going to the playoffs. I like them getting. I like them getting them laying -5.5, and I also like to do touchdown props. Rashad Bateman, who was their first round draft pick, has more targets since he came back 2 weeks ago when his first game after having that injury in training camp, has more targets than Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. I like him to score a touchdown. I'm just going to mess with that a little bit.
The
Ravens laying 5.5. I don't like that. I don't like touching that 49.5 over under. I don't want to touch. I want no parts of that. But I do like the Ravens getting a win off the bye week with the Rashad Bateman touchdown scorer.
That was my favorite bet of the week. Maybe not anymore though.
I done contaminated it. Oh, goodness gracious.
Man. That's what's up. I like it though, fellas. We good.
Yeah, we are good to go. Last week was a bad one, but we are erasing all the bad juju from Halloween. It's November. Let's get to the wins. Let's go back and feast all our way to Thanksgiving, right? Let's start from here. All right, guys. See you next time. Harrison Sanford, Aqib Talib, Paul Lastman. Shout out to Thomas in the background. We'll be back next week. Recap everything, and hopefully you capture receipts. See you next time.